So this Corsa B was abandoned on a driveway for many years. We found it, we rescued it, we have fully rebuilt this car near as damn it. The inside's been fully refurbished, fully painted, now looks the part. We've put a fully refreshed C20XE on 45 carbs. It's made power on the dyno. We're going to look at doing a track day, but would this car survive? Because one of our biggest concerns is this back axle. Not only does it look terrible, not only is it covered in rust, it's just not safe. We're going to hopefully be doing some serious cornering speeds, and with a rusty axle, old rotten brakes, it needs fully redoing, fully refurbishing and making back safe again. To find parts for a 20-plus-year-old Corsa B is going to be an headache. So to make it simple, we're going to log into eBay and we're going to use eBay Assured Fit. So what that is you're going to log in, we're going to enter the registration plate of our Corsa, and it's going to give us a full list of all the parts which will fit this car. So we're going to look for rear axle, and in fact you can actually buy a complete brand new rear axle. As well as ordering that, we're going to order all new drums, new bearings, new shoes, and as well as that, we're going to order some really fancy headlight bulbs so we can flash people out the way when we're on track days. It's super simple to use, and plus, for these older vehicles, makes it easier to find what fits your car. So let's get all this stuff ordered and let's wait for it to arrive. So the parts have now arrived. The brand new rear axle, the LED lights, the new drum brakes, and what can I say? The speed of delivery, the quality of the parts is exactly what I want, and in all fairness, a reasonable price. So let's get underneath, let's start stripping, and let's see if this stuff actually fits. Undoing these bolts from the shockers. These don't seem too bad. Are they going to drop now and fire that springs out of me? Hopefully not. Oh. Stand clear. This is where the spring is. All the rust going everywhere. The horrible part now is I'm hoping these two brake lines come off, because if anyone who's done brake lines will know you tend to round them, they tend to shear off with rot. I've put a bit of penetrating oil on. Let's hope we can get them off without having to make new lines. So all the bolts have come off easy, thankfully, so I haven't got new brake lines to make. It's leaking fluid everywhere, which again, I'm not bored, I've got to replace it all anyway. So next step, handbrake cables off, and then I think it's the two main bolts, and then we can drop the full axle on the ground. So axle's in place, fits perfectly. Everything seems to be as factory. We've put the old backing plates and drums on for the time being. We're going to go on to refurbishing them with the new stuff. But I think the next job has got to be put the brand new springs on. For that, I've got to lower it, jack the axle, put the springs in situ. Right, stop. Oh, that's mega funny. No, the car's that light, the springs won't compress. We've gone to put some new springs on, and they are a little bit longer than what we've taken off. Unfortunately, because the car is that light, when we jack up the back axle on these springs, it's lifting the full car in the air. So what we mean is, that's still got a bolt into there, so we've probably got to do, I don't know, 2 or 3 inches. I'm jacking the car up, and if you look straight under, the car's off the ramp. There's nothing going on. And all we're doing is lifting the car higher and higher and higher, and it will not come down to that point. So we have to put the old springs on and then look at a spring option going forward. So as you see, these are rusted, and if you look closer, it actually says GM on here, which means these are the original shoes for when this car was new. So we're going to take them off and we're going to put this brand new replacement on there. And the advice I give anyone, because I'll be honest with you, I hate rear shoes. They're awful, they're horrible, they're complicated. Take a picture, strip it off and take a photograph, because you can always go back and reference where a certain spring goes, because that's the headache with these. That saves me a job. This is always the audible part. Assembling all the springs, get them all in. Anyone who likes shoes, you're a madman. I could do with looking at the picture, please. That's why it's always good, because my head's already gone. I've got 2 springs to go. I think one goes that way on that clip. I think it does, which is that one. Goes there. That goes behind that. That's the job now done. Now look at that. Sometimes cars have to be aesthetically pleasing as well as everything else. And plus, this is just safety. We're going on a track day. We want the brakes to be safe. So let's just renew them all. And especially, like I say, the car's 20 years plus old. Everything's ancient. And thankfully, we can still get the parts on eBay. So that's both sides now done, all adjusted up. Let me grab the camera and let me show you how this looks. Look at this now. Nice pretty drums, bearings, new shoes. Brand new back axle with now a little bit of an anti-roll bar in there. Bit upset with the springs, but obviously we saw that. We need to address that. But as you can see, it looks a billion times better. And now he's ready for track. So we're going back to a set of steels. And the reason being is, when this car was out many years ago, it was very famous for being a bog standard Corsa on steel rims and a set of wheel trims. So I've bought a brand new set of wheel trims which match the original. We have gone up a size from 14s to 15s, plus the tyres for the track day were scrap. So yeah, these are not great. We will be changing them in the future when we do more work, but just to get some testing, some shakedown, I wanted to look as bobbins as possible so we can upset some cars on the track. Perfect, look at that. Yes, this is gonna be amazing. I hope there's some silly like BMWs on track, because they're gonna get beaten by a Corsa 1.5 TD with a set of wheel trims on. Perfect, exactly how I want it to look. So now, final job. Let's get these brand new headlights, these fancy ones in. So the reason for getting these headlight bulbs is we found them on the eBay MOT offer page, which gives you 20% off from the 1st of August to the 31st of October. So if you need any MOT parts, get 20% off, get saving now. Let's get these headlights fitted. Let's start seeing what they're going to be like on the track. Let's test these headlights out. Ignition on. Standard factory dual side lights. Brand new LED. Get out of my way. Come on. So that's the job done. Thanks to eBay Assured Fit. Basically, we put the reg in, everything came for our Corsa, it bolts up, the axles looks amazing under there. The brakes, this car is now fully safe, all on the back end, ready to hit the track. So with eBay, you can find the right part at the right price. And especially with now the MOT offer on eBay with 20% off, all the way up to the 31st of October. And the next time you'll see this, we'll be on a track, we'll be chasing down some supercars in our little Corsa with some wheel trims on. So I hope you enjoyed that, guys. Take care, and I'll see you all on the next video.